Welcome, friends, to this series of learning containers and Kubernetes. So, in the earlier lecture, we installed the Prometheus on our Google Cloud Kubernetes engine. So, this is our Kubernetes engine, and where we have installed the Prometheus. So, this is our Prometheus dashboard, and we saw how Prometheus was actually capturing the matrices uh, from our Kubernetes cluster. But unfortunately, Prometheus is not showing different graphs, or it is not having so much powerful visual dashboards through which we can have our Kubernetes monitoring, but it can produce or it can collect excellent metrics logs from which we can understand what's going on behind the scene. So here our Grafana comes in the picture, which we can install on top of Prometheus. So basically what Grafana will do, Grafana will actually collect all these data from Prometheus data source, and it will show the visuals in different dashboards. So in this particular lecture, we will actually install the Grafana on our Kubernetes cluster. So our Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes is actually having running couple of Prometheus features like Prometheus node exporters and Prometheus alert manager and Prometheus server itself. So we are going to install Grafana on top of this. So we are to install the Grafana on the same Kubernetes cluster. And let us see, apart from these, we also we can check the workload in our Kubernetes engine, and we can see our My App, our favorite application was also running on this same Kubernetes cluster, apart from all these Prometheus items. And we can see this particular My App deployment was having one service. So you can have check our services for My App, which is basically running this actually Streamlit application, where we can see our application is running, and this is actually working as expected in the same Kubernetes cluster. And we are supposed to monitor this My App application through our Grafana dashboard, along with other matrices like how our actual Kubernetes is actually performing. So let's get started. So first and foremost thing, what we're going to do, we're going to search in Google Helm Grafana GitHub, and that will give us this link, the very first link, which will redirect to our Grafana GitHub page. And over there, if you go inside the charts, and if you check the Grafana, we are having one Grafana folder, and inside that we are having the detailed instruction how we can install the Grafana inside our Kubernetes engine. So what we will do, we will grab these commands and we'll run them in our Kubernetes cluster. So let's do one thing. Let's grab these repo add command, and let us go to our Cloud Shell to have this on our Kubernetes cluster. So repository is added, and then we are going to update the repo. All right, so our repo is updated, and next is just install, and we will say Grafana to install the Grafana. So let's use this command as well. So once this installation will be done, we will see our pod for Grafana and services for Grafana will be created. And definitely, it's just like the Prometheus. The Grafana service that will be created as a cluster IP. So the next part will be to expose the service Grafana. So you can see that Grafana service has just got created, and you can see we have one Grafana pod running. So currently it's running, and we are ready to expose these Grafana service to some load balancer so that we can use that in from the internet. So what we will do, we'll go to this tab, and yeah, I think you can check that we already have the output that our Grafana is installed for. Absolutely fine. Now there is one thing we need to notice, like the admin password needs to be checked through this command, because when we will access the Grafana from web browser, we need to provide the password of admin. So that's what we need to do. But before that, let us expose the service as a load balancer, and the target port is 3000. You can see the 3000 is the Grafana target port, and we're going to name this as Grafana EXT so that the service will be exposed. So let's go back to this tab where we are actually monitoring this Kubernetes get all. So we can see that our Grafana extension load balancer service has been created, and right now the external IP is being provisioned. So we will wait for some time so that our external IP will be created for us. And once it is done, we will access the Grafana from our browser. So let's wait for some time till this external IP is in provision, and it is provisioned right now. So what we will do, we will go to this dashboard, we will go to this browser, and we will type our So the Grafana screen is loading, and within a second or so, login page will be landed where we need to provide the admin user ID and password. So we know the user ID is admin, but we don't know about the password. So the password needs to be fetched from the secret. So uh, this is what we are going to do next. All right, so our Grafana login page is landed, and now we need to provide the password of this admin. So let's go back to the screen, and let's go back to this tab where we have seen this particular command where we said how we can fetch the password. So I'm just going to paste the same thing, and let's see we got this admin password. So this is how we can get your admin password for Grafana. So let us paste this password over here, and you can see we are logged in. So this Grafana dashboard is being logged. Now, what we need to do, the first thing we need to check these, we need to add these data source. So for this data source, we are going to use Prometheus, because Prometheus we have already installed in this Kubernetes for fetching the metrics data. And over here, we need to provide the data source and the Prometheus so that the logs will be visualized through Grafana dashboard. So what we will do, um, we will provide this IP address, which is our Prometheus URL. So we will do just save or save and test, and you will see whether this Prometheus is accessible or not. So it says that it is accessible. So we have done adding Prometheus as the data source for this Grafana dashboard. Now, the next thing we need to do, we need to go to this dashboard and we need to create one dashboard. Now, we can create the dashboard manually by providing all these visualization data. So that is one option. You can, if you are an expert, then probably you can add the details visualization for your Grafana dashboard. Other very interesting point that I want to show right now, because Grafana has a library of many dashboards. So if we go to our Grafana web page, we can see that there are lots of uh, dashboards are already pre-configured. We can either download the JSON file or we can use the ID of these dashboard. So this particular dashboard is for Kubernetes cluster Prometheus, specifically for Prometheus. There is another dashboard for node exporter. So basically, I will just go ahead and add this Grafana dashboard where we can check these Kubernetes cluster. So what we will do, we will just copy this dashboard ID and we will actually uh, import the dashboard and we will provide the ID over here. And you can say load. And once it is done, we can use the Prometheus data source and we can import. So it is importing the dashboard and you can see the visualization has been come already. So we can see our deployment replicas, deployment replica update and all those stuff. We can see we are having 3 nodes, 46 pods are running right now. There are 7 pending and containers are running like 68. So all these things are coming. I mean, the data already started to come. There is another dashboard which you can see for the node node exporter. So basically, if we are interested to check how our Kubernetes cluster node is actually doing, we can use this dashboard. So let's copy the ID of the dashboard and we can go to this dashboard and import this dashboard over here. Um, we can load this dashboard and we can keep Prometheus as our the same Prometheus metrics. We are just going to import as a data source. So it started to import the dashboard and it will show the visualization in front of you where it will show how our entire node is actually looking like. So you can see we are having CPU, memory, disk, everything. So even we can go ahead and check explore so that it will be showing the detailed configuration of our detailed metrics of our nodes. We can go to these explore metrics and we can check the memory and all those stuffs over there. We can see the details metrics and as well as we can uh, check the breakdown and there we can see lots of stuffs are there. So if we are interested to change the timing like last 5 minutes or so, we can have better visualizations. So all these things we can do and also we can add, we can customize our dashboard as well. We can provide the other metrics. If we know these Grafana um, query language, we can change the metrics and accordingly we can see the metrics details as a graph. So that is a very interesting dashboard for specifically if you are interested about CPU, memory, swap space. That is the uh, page space basically that is going to be used after the memory is completely utilized. So it's better to not having any swap space used. So all these things we can check from the node level. We are having the detailed section for memory, CPU, and the other sections like memory stack, disk space used, and you can check the different uh, file system. Those are actually in the node. So all these things we can actually check from these node exporter dashboard. There is another interesting dashboard you are having in Grafana that is specifically for these Kubernetes pods. So we are going to copy this dashboard ID, and we are going to uh, we are going to we're going to import the dashboard once again for these pod macro level monitoring. Check these provide these data source as Prometheus, and let's import this dashboard. Over here, you can see it's a very interesting dashboard. You can see what are the containers are running, total CPU memory, and how the CPU usage by container. So you can see these are the containers. So if you are interested about our My app, which is basically running our actual application on this Kubernetes cluster, we can see that my app, how it is actually uh, behaving, how much CPU is used by this container itself. Also, we can check the memory used by this particular my app inside our container, uh, inside our Kubernetes cluster. We can check the network packets, and all these things are very much pod level. We can change the namespace as well. Unfortunately, we are having everything on our default namespace. So these are all the things we can check from our Grafana dashboard. So we can see our memory used by my app is 174.19 MB. So we can check all the details from here, and that's excellent dashboard I can ever seen in Grafana. So all these things are really important, and you can check from Grafana with these excellent visualization. So that's it for today, folks. So we have learned how we can install the Grafana on top of Prometheus. We can use the Prometheus as the data source of Grafana, and how we can visualize all these dashboards. Those are actually pre-configured in Grafana Lab, and we can use them and we can import them in our system to monitor the different pods and different services and different deployments in uh, Grafana, in our Kubernetes cluster to Grafana. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video, we will go deep inside the Kubernetes environment, and we will learn more about these monitoring matrices. Thanks for watching this video. We will see you in the next video. Till then, thank you. Goodbye. Take care.